Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to discuss about just how I made this creative slide. Alright, and let's look into this. This is the project file which I already given in the description. Just you can check the drive and you can open the project file and you can see it. And let's jump into this project file and I will explain clearly how I made this creative slide. And first of all, just this is the background which I used, and this background is, you can find it in unsplash.com. It's a paper made background. And coming to this one, and this is some looped animation. Just I made it with the help of the shapes. So just this is the shape, and let's once turn on the zigzag, and just I used to take a single slide here, so you can see here, just once you can drag, and with the help of the single line, just I used to take that one, and I used to take the repeater from here, just from the ad, and you can turn on the repeater, and in the repeater just I used to give nearly some 40 copies. And this is totally plain, just I don't want like this, and I want to get some zigzag type effect. And for zigzag, just I used to take the zigzag from here, and this is zigzag, and let's once go to the zigzag, and here I used to give some keyframe animation for the zigzag, and here the keyframe animation is from the first frame. Just I used to give some the value of 2, and when it reaches to 1 second, just I used to give some 280 like that. And I want this animation to be continuously until this end of this keyframe. So instead of duplicating this keyframe, just I used to give the simple expression. Just you can find here, just go to the property here, you can sign loop out duration, loop in duration, just you can use that one. Alright, and forgot to say that here the points, just you can find the corner, and it will look like very rough edges. Used to take smooth, cool. And just now one more thing, just I used to take one solid here, and with the help of solid, just I want to cut this one into this frame. I want to keep this loop animation into this solid. And let's come back to the pre-comp 2, and in this pre-comp, just I used to take here the gradient ramp. So this is the gradient ramp which I used to give some red and some dark blue color, and there is no animation for this one. And once I want to turn on this my looped animation, and just I need to take this one into, and I used to take this one into alpha matte. Alright guys, and hope you understand to this point, and let's go back to the main composition. And this is the background design, just which I used here. So this one is very easy. Just I used to take just a plain solid, and with the help of Venetian binds, just I used to cut the solid into the slides. So I used to give the value of here transition to 32 and the width to 20. And one more thing, just I used to give some animation for this one, for the solid, and see here the position, and it may go up and down. And for that, just I used to give the same loop animation over here. And let's go to the shape layer over here. And this is the shape layer. Just I want to give something else like this. With the help of the trim path, just I used to give this start and the end keyframe animation. And coming to this part, and this is the text, and the text plays the very key role when you are creating a slides or intros or everything. And let's jump into this text. And so this is the main pre-comp. And first of all, just I used to give this font. This font name is some downloaded internet, and Chook 5 print. And I used to take the drop shadow, and this drop shadow will gives you some, I used to give the color to some yellow color. And coming to this one, and just this is the animation which I used to make with the help of simple solid. And initially, just I used to give this solid, and I used to cut this shape, and with the help of mask path, just I animated this. And let's turn on the turbulence so that it will give some smooth result. And for animating, I want this one to look like little bit like wavy type animation. For that reason, just I used to take evolution, and in evolution, just I used to give some simple expression called time multiplies by 200. And alright guys, and now just we need to give some alpha meta over here. And this is the revealing of the text animation. And let's again go back to the main text. And here just I used to duplicate this one for 3 times, and for the first one just its default color. So this is the default color. And for the second pre-comp just I used to give some red color, and here you can see just I adjusted the time offset little bit. It will delay 1 frame late to the first composition. And for the third one just I used to give some pink color, and it will use to delay some 2 frames late to second composition. It's alright, and we finished this one. And coming to this one, and this is the turbulent displays. Just I used to give some wobbly type of, see here you can see some wavy type animation over here. And for this kind of very little amount of wavy animation, just give some amount of 31 and size to 7, and keyframe the evolution same how we did for before, and give the same time multiplies by 2000 this time, just because I want this animation to look very speed. And coming to this adjustment layer, just I used to take a transform from distort, and just I used to give some slight amount of scale and the rotation. Alright, and this is also same loop out animation, just how we did same, and very slight amount of scale and rotation as well. And let's come back to the main, and just we can see here some shape layers, and these shape layers are very simple. Just with the help of trim paths in the shape layers, just I animated this one, and I used to give some rough edges and duplicated this one for number of times. Instead of using repeater, just I used to take duplicates. Cool. And coming to this one, and this one is a shape layer. Just I used to take some circular shape layer, and I used to give some trim path animation, and just give some turbulent displays for some non-uniform shape. Alright, and let's unsolo it everyone. And coming to this one, and this is the moving shape. Just even this also with the help of shape layer, just I used to take, and I used to give some position animation over here, and it should start from down and it reaches to up. It's alright, and let's come back to the main composition, and I used to duplicate these shapes for number of times. See here, just it's like in circular way, just I duplicated in circular way, and I used to change the colors also. For the first one it's some color, and the second one it's some light green color, and for third one it's blue color, and I used to change the random colors for here. Cool. And coming to this one, and this girl, and this image which I downloaded from unsplash.com. Just I already provided these images and the project file, everything under the description, you can go through it. And alright, and just this one is basically is not a PNG image. Just I used to key this one out with, just I used to take the layer styles, and I used to go to the stroke, and I used to increase the size over here, and I used to give some white color. Alright, and coming to this one, just see here the animation. Just I didn't give any expression, just you can do the animation with your own. Just I need some animation like this, and it should like pops up. It's like a popping animation, pop-up animation. Just I used to give some pop-up style animation over here, and I used to give some motion blur. Cool. And let's go back to the main comp, and I used to duplicate this one for 2 times in the same text how I did. In the same way I duplicated, and I used to give some different time offset, and I used to change the color. See here, this we give some tint color, and for the third duplicate we used to see here, we used to give some blue color, and for this one just I used to give some white color, and for the first one there is no color, it's a default. Alright, and hope you understand up to this point. And coming to this one, and this is the transform. So just if you, for achieving some wiggle type of animation in this frame, just I used to give this, I used to take this solid, and I used to take some transform over here, and here just I used to change the position. So, and I used to give some loop out expression. Cool. And this one is the last one, is the adjustment layer, and just I want to decrease the frame rate of this create a slideshow. And just once if you turn on this one, it will look like a normal. It will look like just a normal like animation. Alright, just cool. And without stop motion, it will looks like this. And as I am a big fan of stop motion, for just for that thing, just I used to take this posterized time, and I used to give some frame rate of 7. Just we finished everything. And if you want to change this image, you can change, and you can drag other image, and you can replace instead of this image. And if you want to change the text, so this is comp 1, and let's duplicate this one, and just you can see the comp 2. And here you can see, if you want to change the image instead of this girl image, just you got to go to the girl and duplicate this composition, and instead of this image you can drag and replace other image. And if you want to change this text, and duplicate this text one more time, and go to the pre-comp and change the text whichever you want, and go to the composition 2 and replace this text with that duplicated composition. Alright, and I just hope you learned something in this video related how to make the creative slideshow. And just if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and please like this video, and please share this video to your friends. Alright guys, see you in the next video.